This is Carlee Russell.
Carlee, bitch, you was lying.
This is Carlee Russell.
Carlee, bitch, you was lying this whole motherfucking time. You got me on here acting like I'm Oprah Winfrey. Bitch, I'm peeled off every single one of my lashes because I'm so stressed out about you, bitch. I'm talking about I keep watching the highway footage. I just up and down. Shit got you in a headlock, bitch. But that's really you going in your bed to get the snacks from Target, bitch. Bitch, I done called you, huh? I done told my grandma to create a prayer circle for you. I really was worried. Then you done stole from your fucking job. Put money in your sock. Bitch, you done rolled up to your mama's house butt ass naked, but you got some money in your sock. Some kidnappers gave it to me. So the kidnappers gave you a party gift. This why they don't believe us when we be missing, bitch. It's really people out here that need fucking help, and you wasting our time because you trying to make a nigga mad. You finna piss me the fuck out, Carlee. I done made a video about this shit. I don't be speaking on nothing, but I spoke on your lying ass. And you had to be from Birmingham, too.
Look at Sheila's face.
Cause man,
Hey everyone.
I wanted to be right. I wanted to believe her. I want like the Tyra Banks. I was rooting for you. I was really rooting on for you to be like abducted and come back with a real good story.
Listen, I had to start us off with a kiki, y'all, because this is a whole kiki, and I feel like people are trying to tell us we shouldn't be feeling a type of way, but it triggered a lot of people. So that's why I brought it up, and I'm bringing it up in a joyful way. I done broke down this girl numerology. We have her astrology chart, but first we gonna get into it. So this is What the Fuck Carlee Russell. We gonna start with that. And Kiki, I have our prayer request, y'all. Please make sure you text me, inbox me, or post them in the comments so we can send anyone's prayer request. But we're gonna just talk about this for a little bit. Sheila, can you start us off with, let's say, Friday's news, how it started off?
You're on mute, Sheila. There we go.
Locally, you're saying locally, right? Because see, I'm here in Birmingham, but I'm not.
Can you
from
first
here.
give us the first headline, like what was first happening, and then what everybody else heard?
No, I'm sorry, my phone just rang. What? Can you repeat that for me?
I was saying, tell us like basically the first story, the first headlines that we got about the situation, and then tell us Alabama on the ground.
Well, see, that was the thing, because I'm not from here. I was notified about the situation through my cousin that lives in another part of Alabama. And
so the headline, you know what I'm saying? We miss Sheila. What would you like if somebody didn't know, and then I'll get into on the ground?
Okay. So like with somebody didn't know, I didn't know what was going on, because remember that I had different things going on at my home. So when the whole Carlee situation happened, I found out because my cousin called me and was like, because we were talking about protecting ourselves, because of the other situation that happened. So he was like, "Cuz, you got to make sure you get that piece, because you see the girl missing right up your way." And I'm like, "No, what girl?" So I didn't know, but once I began to look in and tap into it and saw how close it is, that that's something like that happened, I was very concerned, because I have a young daughter. It's a corner, so they walk around. So I was very concerned. But as far as being here, once I began to ask about it, everybody was talking about this missing girl. Whether you were black, white, where you lived in a nice neighborhood or not, because where she lives is very nice out that way. So it wasn't like she wasn't coming from money. So it was just like, then once you started hearing about the situation, about the baby, about, the truckers, because up here is so many truckers, because there's so many highways that run through here. It's so many cities that are close. So we're just hearing about it. The whole city was on alert. Everybody was like, what happened to this girl?
And then it came on social media. We got TikTokers. We have the news.
Now
we have all the Black community. We got celebrities, like Sophia said, all the shade rooms and all the blogs posting Carlee's missing. Even my son Peyton, he keeps up with everything. So Peyton was like, in his mind, Peyton was like, maybe it was a midget. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was I'm sorry for that word to anybody. Maybe it was a little person, and they were pretending to be a kid. And we was everywhere with this.
Everybody was everywhere with this.
I think what is the emotionalness of it is because, one, she included a child. And so that hits on us, because all of us are parents. So we're like, what you mean it's a child walking on the highway? And then 2, sex trafficking, 3, kidnapping, and people who have already been through those situations or know somebody. I think that is why now we're like, girl, bye, because we all were triggered. Everybody.
That's right. And I believe we were all able to, at that time, put ourselves in her shoes. Because, I know myself, I have been, because I've been riding out sometimes. It's been raining, or I see an older person, and you're like, hey, you need a ride? Or seeing if it's like a lot of times, I know I've done that before, not since I moved here. But, it kind of made most people, I would think that it kind of appealed to people, like their human side, to where you would want to pull over and help. So so that's what I was thinking, like, many people probably thought about, because I saw a lady, or girl, my page, she recorded this elderly lady she picked up that didn't speak English. And she was like, imagine if this was a situation where I was getting set up, but it was like, I wasn't, but I dropped her off, but I did a video of this lady. So I'm like, So it appealed to a lot of people, especially if you do help people that are out there. That could have been me. So it could have been in that situation that it cuts down on how much people are willing to help others.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. From like the 70s, everybody used to hitchhike, and then that turned into serial killers. So now when you see somebody on the side of the road, even if you're kind and want to help them, you still are scared to help them.
Oh yeah.
So now, Sheila, what started happening once people started chit-chatting and talking in the city?
So then that's when I began to see, I started tapping in with the groups. They had like the What's Happening in Birmingham. They got WTAT, something like that. Birmingham. And then I began to read the post in the comments when my cousin commented. That's when I got into the smaller groups to find out what's happening. And a lot of people weren't believing her then.
So I saw
even before she was found. They were like, no. So it wasn't like, it was like people were very concerned, but then you also, if you was to go to the comments, you have people that are like, no.
Very cautious.
Very cautious just because of the way of the setup, because I live here, but I'm not that familiar with all the way the different highways go. So as the ones that you started seeing, the ones that are familiar with that area, they were like, well, hold on, this should, it's a heavily traveled area. Then they started actually breaking it down from people that are actually here looking at it. And like people that may have actually went to school with her, because she wasn't that old. She was in her 20s, so she was still relatively young to me.
Right.
But I did think, and I did see that somebody did put in the comments until I saw the press conference, because they were like, well, this is what happened when you rely on fungus. Because there's one guy that says, they do a lot of shrooms. So when I thought of that, when he said she saw a kid, I'm like, maybe she did see a kid over there.
Maybe she was tripping.
Yeah, maybe she really did. That did cross my mind.
I don't think so.
I that too. I would be trying to sound like maybe she was having a psychosis moment.
Until the press conference said she had been Googling for 3 days, and they don't last like that.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't believe it.
I waited patiently for, because I am on Twitter, and people were already on Twitter saying, I'm from Alabama, this girl is lying. People were getting mad that people were saying that, and I was like, I'ma just wait. I'ma wait. And then on Sunday, here come this news that she's back, and she just dropped back off at the door, and she's saying that the people didn't want to put any they didn't want to restrain her on her arms or leave any marks. I was just like and then it was she said she woke up in an 18-wheeler and the white lady was feeding her Cheez-Its. And one thing I tell my children is, when you tell a lie, if you tell too much, it sounds like a lie.
It sounds like you lying.
Yeah.
Once you go overboard, it sounds like you lying. She was better off not calling the police and just calling her friend and let her friend do all of that. Also, can you speak on also her parents, how they are in the community, and the tension between Black and white people in Alabama as is?
Well, as far as her parents, from what I was hearing about her dad, he's very prestigious. He's a part of, I don't want to call it just a black bank, but it's a diversity. It's like some kind of diverse, I wish I could look up right quick. When it comes down to banking, that they came all the way back from civil rights. So he's supposed to be a big part of that. So they're very affluent people, from what I was able to gather when I was hearing that her as far as her dad, that he's very known, that they're not I don't want to say popular, but they're known because they're networking and their reach within the community. So they're very upstanding people in the Birmingham area. So it was, to me, that was kind of like, so this is somebody that not necessarily isn't like she's known, she's a nurse. They're in a nice area. Her parents are known. So when I was thinking, to me, when I was thinking about it, as far as with the tension, the Hoover area, everything, it is very white over there. but it seems as though like everybody pulled together and was out there looking and working together. Now,
I saw that.
That I was very, because we talk so much about Black and missing and how we don't get the attention, the nationwide coverage when we do come up missing. In this case, we got all the attention, and then just for it to come out, and to me that just seems that's suspect in itself to me.
Yeah.
Do you think because of her parents connections or status in the community that was a part of why people joined together because where it was?
Yeah, I do. I believe because of where it was.
Because once I'm hearing, oh, she driving in a Benz and da da da, I'm like,
oh yeah,
ma'am, you left your Benz.
and you didn't hear anything about. You didn't hear too much of a Southern drawl in her when she speaks. So it's a very affluent area. You don't hear the typical Southern drawl. Yeah, I even got not from Miami. So you don't really you didn't hear that in her voice. So you could tell she came from a very different background. Right. So which is probably why they were. I don't know.
So
because I had to believe
being this sensitive. I feel like one thing that Black people do is we do make a joke out of everything, and I feel like that's our coping mechanism. Because and that is also a sign that we as a people have truly been traumatized so much that we can make jokes out of anything. You get what I'm saying? Like we can crack a joke with your tall ass, and that's funny. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We can make a joke. And I feel like that's one of our coping mechanisms because we are constantly triggered every day. We seeing a Black man on trial. This happened in this neighborhood. This happened in this neighborhood. So we just learned a joke to get through the day. And I feel like people telling people not to make jokes, not to laugh, is you don't tell anybody how to emotionally respond. Everybody emotionally responded with care. And then when we realized it was BS, we emotionally responded with jokes.
Like we do.
Exactly.
Did y'all want us to respond with anger or just to let it go and not care? And I was just so tickled. I ain't gonna lie. The whole circuit.
I only wasn't because I like to be right. And that made me real wrong.
But you know what? I thought about it when I first heard she was missing and a baby in the on the highway or tall or whatever she said. In the back of my head, I was like, I don't think she's missing.
Right, because I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, and I like you said, I wanted to sit back and just wait. Yeah, I just want to sit back and just see what happened. And when I heard that, oh, she's back alive, I'm like, dang, really? I need to hear this story. But yeah,
I think that, like I said, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sheila.
No, you're good. No, we were saying that because even when she showed up at home, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's really going to be a story because we can't, let's not be upset because she's home alive. Like, let's hear this, like what happened? Because in my mind, even then, even still now, nobody's saying just ups and does it. Nobody that's okay mentally comes up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you would think, VPNs are free. You could even pay for some. Do that before you Google your whole abduction. Get you a free VPN at least.
Then you brought your phone with you. Leave your phone in the car so they won't be tracking your phone. Because
my thing is, this was my first thing whenever it came all the story and we understand it. I want to know why a grown woman cannot just say, hey y'all, I'm going out of town and be at the Red Roof Inn. Why did you have to create such a huge story? And then I know people are saying, oh, she did it for her boyfriend. Okay, she was supposed to take a fake picture. You know, we girls, we've been through this. Take a fake picture of the hospital or something, get it off of Google, have your call that man and say she's such and such is in the hospital, but why you didn't? And honestly, I'm being for real. I know everybody's like, yeah, the police lie all the time. Yeah, and we expect them to lie all the time. That's why we as a people don't trust the police. We don't trust them. Yeah, because they lie all the time. And so I am just baffled. I saw a lot of so-called psychics chiming in within 24 to 48 hours because everybody wants to be the first. Everybody wants to do it first and say they was right or whatever. And they were saying the girl was dead and I was just like, that girl is not dead. Like, I'm a medium for real. That girl was not dead.
She might have was asleep during that time. They was
she said she probably was asleep.
Girl,
and that was the other part too. I really felt like there had to be something major, that this wasn't fake because she was an adult. And grown people could just tap out. But for honestly with that, when I feel like if you can't just go to your parents and say, hey, I'm going away for the weekend, you know, or whatever, or I'm grown, like, you really, why you expecting to see me every day? Or like, you know, but if you're saying like, I'm just gonna leave for the weekend, I feel like the only people that can't just do that freely either have addiction problems or mental illness. I'm not saying that's only, but to me, that's the only thing that logically makes sense. Because who goes and just hangs out in the Red Roof Inn for the weekend and only take snacks, a bathrobe, and some toilet paper? I feel like you plan on being high all weekend and you don't need a lot. No, I'm being serious.
You need to
I'm being serious.
We laughing because I know you being serious. But so guys, what I have done is I have done Carlee's numerology. I have done her energy, where she is at, just to maybe give us some insight of why she act that way. And I did make her chart. I don't have her exact time of birth because, you know, we don't know her. So we are entering her energy with love, but I feel like maybe this will give some people some insight into why her behavior is that way. So when Carlee's birthday is 7/22/1997.
But
so
can I say that? Can I say something before you go into her chart?
Yes,
I saw this last night. Have you been to her Facebook page?
No.
It's wide open, taking comments and posts, and it's her page is open. Her parents' page both parents' page are open, and to me that's weird. For all of the privacy that they're requesting, their pages are open, so that makes me feel like that's why I'm also too a little bit
the attention.
Cautious of what I say, because I'm like, they're watching and reading, and which is her too. And if we're saying it has to be something mental, you know what I'm saying? She could be. I just kind of feel like that's why I feel like a lot of things. I'm not saying we can't laugh because she did something that was real funny, like you just got embarrassed in front of everybody. But at the same time, I'm like, this is not okay. But I'm sure it's all in her chart.
Exactly. And it is. And it is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go down her numerology, and I added her birthday 7/22/1997. I number 37. And numerology is different types. Everything's means something different. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to say is that Carlee is a Cancer at 29 degrees sun. And so what that tells me is that her family plays a huge role in her life. Her family is very much in control. Her own family, her birth symbolizes, when she was born, it symbolized like making of a family. You know what I'm saying? So she was made in. So family is a really big theme for her. So when we get to 37, you know, the 7 alone lets us know that Carlee not only has trust issues, but people have an issue trusting her. So that makes me feel like her parents knew something was a lie. Yes, they wanted their daughter back, but they also know their daughter. Everybody know their child, and Carlee has lying energy. So they know that Carlee lies. I'm gonna bring up her chart again. Like I said, we entering this in with love. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I don't have her exact time, so we're only gonna get these specific things. Let me take this off. So the first thing that I noticed in Carlee's chart was, of course, this moon in Pisces, and moon in Pisces people do tend to lie a lot. They're very liars as children, and it could be lying over the simplest of things, but she has a lying energy. You know, it is what it is. The second part that I wanted to touch on is this Mars in Libra. Now, this Mars and Libra really told me everything because it let me know why she took the action that she took. The action must have been, and you know, please verify if this is anything that people are saying, but it does sound like the boyfriend was a big cheater. He had a lot of girls. A lot of girls seem to like her boyfriend, and Carlee is also flirtatious, you know, but not in that way. But you know, she do enter into a lot of relationships where she get cheated on. Also, with her numerology, that 3710, I feel like either, you know, we do want to take it and be, you know, like, oh, maybe she has some mental health. I don't know if she had an abortion or if she had a miscarriage or if she was trying to have a baby with this man, but it was definitely family minded in her energy when it comes to this man. But the man was no good. You know what I'm saying? The man, and then another thing about the man, if y'all notice, he didn't come out till like Sunday, Monday to make this post that they was together and my girlfriend, yada yada yada. And then when the news broke about it maybe not being true, he deleted his post. Nowhere else did he post about her. So online he did not post about her until she came back. And now that post has since been deleted. So this tells me that everybody around Carlee know that she lies, or they don't trust her, or she has trust issues herself. But that Mars and Libra is detrimental, and it's like she will create a whole bunch of destructiveness when she really just want love, instead of just saying, hey y'all, I need love, hey, I need some attention, hey, this is what's going on. She will create a lot of destructiveness. Now, if y'all look at her Libra energy, you'll see that it conjuncts with her Chiron. And another thing, Mars and Libra people may have a lot of other issues, but they do tend to get away with crime. They have good energy in the court system versus maybe bad energy with relationships and partnerships. But and with the Chiron there, I'm just being honest, y'all. I feel like if they do not punish her or hold her accountable for this, they are setting her up for a more future of creating destruction. She needs to be held accountable, whether it's probation or community service or something, because if they don't hold Carlee accountable, Carlee life will take a huge downfall as far as where she's going. So then I looked at Carlee's numerology to know where she was right now. And for 2022, up until her birthday in 2 days, she was a 16-7. Again, we dealing with a 7. You get what I'm saying? I feel like this still could be a Lifetime movie. And I also feel like the parents are a huge factor in not only the way Carlee grew up to be like, but also in their enabling. I feel like they're so busy about worrying about their character or their class that they are going to try to keep feeding us. Because you know, when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie, you got to tell another lie and another lie. And I feel like her parents are going to aid into the lies because they want to keep this prestigious or affluential perception. So that is what I saw when I saw Carlee energy. I do see that after her birthday, again, she'll be a 17-8. And this lets us know, I don't know if Carlee's going to be charged or if Carlee might be, have to pay a fine, but it will have to do, she will have to do something. And no, I feel like she needs to. I feel like, again, if they do not punish her for this, even like I said, it's community service, she needs to be booked in, mugshot, and fingerprinted. Just because y'all, if they don't do nothing, they only gonna make it worse. They only going to let her continue down this path with her parents enabling her parents covering up her stuff. And so I really pray for Carlee, because as I really do already know, it's a mental illness, but it's more of a mental illness within the whole family. I feel like they all are a part of it. I heard the 911 call. Her parents already knew that she was in the Red Roof Inn. They never said that, but on the 911 call, the parents admit that they know that. So those are just, let me see what else. If anybody wants to see anything into her thing, she also has a Mercury and a Venus in Leo. So although she's a Cancer, she do act more like a Leo. You know what I'm saying? And no, I love Leos. Y'all know I love y'all. But Leos be lying. And they can just come up with a lie and just be like, oh my God. And they really do be lying. I love them to death. And not all of them are like that, but a lot of them are really good liars. That Mercury and Venus and Leo let us know she is an attention seeker. She like all the attention. But I do feel like Carlee at least should thank us for caring,
Yeah.
If anybody wants that chart or to look at it, just let me know. Hush, Kanisha, yeah, I love y'all too.
No, but her mama was going with that lie though. She did get on that national TV looking crazy with that.
Like, her parents are part of the lie. They'll lie to save this. They're going to lie to save face.
Of course, yeah. Girl, I'm just laughing at these memes. The internet, internet do not care.
So I went to see if I could pull it up. Her dad deactivated his page. Her and the mom's page is still up. And I feel like that they here for that. Like,
they here for that attention. They seeking it.
Like, because even when like, as Christina was saying at the very beginning, when you was going into her chart, you was talking about the cheating. I did see in the but I didn't know, somewhere it was, I saw on one of those pages, they were saying that like, oh, Carlee, she's really a disgusting person. This is what she sent to someone. And what they sent, it was a screenshot of a conversation she was having with somebody, and she was telling the girl, it sounds like her boyfriend was messing with the girl. because she was saying saying the girl like, oh, you just a stripper, you're nothing, you poor, I got money, my family got money, you don't have anything, and you like, that's not your nigga, that's my nigga, and he gonna always be with me. Like she was going in, like you wouldn't, like from hearing the voice from the 911 and then reading her text message, you wouldn't even know that it was the same person. So when you was saying it, I was like, because I felt it was behind, like you say, somebody little dusty son. And there it is.
Listen to her classism and the way that she responded, and I got money, but that ain't gonna make that man choose you. Brittany says once she returned home, her mother was going along with the lies on national TV. The father looked like he didn't want to participate at all. And that is because they already knew, because this is Alabama, y'all. This is not, another state. Her parents already had calls that she was at the hotel. They already knew that by Saturday, so definitely Brittany. I think the dad is over it. And if this can cause a lot of tension in a family and a relationship. Her Mars and Libra, let's hope it don't affect her parents' marriage, because Mars and Libra people are destructive when it comes to marriages and things like that. She believes that she has to go to war for love, and her parents know her without astrology. And I think Carlee been lying all her life.
Yeah, she's an example. Like I was that you? I was saying, I'm like, they're just the same. No, I was I said watching her parents doing their interview, where you could tell. I'm like, because I could tell when my daddy mad. You know what I'm saying? I could tell when my daddy, like, I would knock the shit out. You know what I'm saying? That. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was watching that interview, and that's what I saw in her dad. Like his jaw was probably, you could tell on the inside, he was gritting his jaw. And I'm like, that's a mad daddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a scared daddy. That he showed anger. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could tell he was upset. So that was like, you know what? I felt that. I was like, you know what? You could tell that the dad isn't with it and the mom opposed it. I said, and watching them, because you know your child, like you said earlier, you know your child. So knowing your child, you know what they're capable of. And watching that, I was like, you know what? They know what she did. The daddy not, but he would say no and he would say yes and shake his head no. Do you believe she would do that? He would say, "Yep, she was everything." I agree, and he was shaking his head.
You know, that's the first sign on body language. They be like, no, yes.
Yeah, but then when I saw that, I said, I said they giving the same energy of the parents of them school shooters. They act like they don't know them kids and they're building bombs. They act like they don't know what their kids are capable of until they go to the school. Now they're like, I can't believe this happened. You know your child, and you know what they were capable of. Child. Yeah, I said, and that's just what they're just another example of how that looks, how that also looks.
Right. But with her energy, with all that Cancer, all that sevens and all of that, Carlee has hurt her family. You know what I'm saying? She has really caused hurt to her family, as far as even like embarrassment and shame. And we know that embarrassment and shame sometimes worse than being punished, because now you going grocery shopping and everybody looking at you.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like she can't step out of the house. Yeah, they're gonna be looking at you now.
And so now, if they think Carlee lies, now they gonna think her mama lying, just like everybody's saying. Now her daddy is with his career and with his prestige in a community. He have spent his life building this prestige, and Carlee came and knocked them 12 pins down.
In 49 hours.
Girl, she striked that out. So I really do pray really for the father. I think that's important, because I'm glad that she's home. Of course, we're glad we're home. Yes, we're thankful that Carlee is home. Yes, we're thankful that nothing happened to her. But this is gonna be a long road ahead, and if her parents and community does not hold her accountable, they will only further create a bigger monster. You get what I'm saying? So when someday something, you know how they said the boy they call Wolf, Carlee is setting herself up for one day really needing help, and nobody is going to move or believe her because of that. I also don't appreciate the longness of the response, because at the press conference, the police representative or speaker, he looked mad, y'all. He looked mad. He looked really
mad. You can tell he was
mad. What you say, Sheila?
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with you. I'm like, yeah, you can tell he was mad.
He was mad, and he was very matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Of what was going on. He made it clear that they've tried to communicate with Carlee 2 times, and they haven't been telling her about that. So I hope she have a lawyer that can, let her go in. But when you take advantage of resources, people think it's nothing, but I was looking at it like when the police came to the highway situation, they had to treat it like a crime scene. So they had to bag things and put them in evidence, and they had to tow her car, and they had to send it to the forensics department. They were probably going all through her car like they went all through her phone. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like Carlee has a huge family dynamic, and now she's hiding behind that family dynamic. So Carlee, girl, we pray for you. But I truly am praying for all of Alabama. I'm praying for people who have been truly kidnapped, who have been, I'll tell a story. I was dating a guy before, and I tried to run away, and this nigga came down the street and picked me up like, you're not leaving. So even though I wasn't really kidnapped, that could be considered kidnapped. You get what I'm saying? As far as those things trigger us, we understand, as women, we want to relate to our sisters. Now, I want to touch on one thing, y'all. People who know me, y'all know I am a Nicki Minaj fan. Now, this don't have nothing to do with nothing, but have everything to do with something. The protect Black woman narrative is very pick and choose. They pick and choose which Black women they want to advocate for, which Black woman they want to speak for, and a realization of this is the Rosa Parks situation. The first woman who told them no, she was a pregnant woman in dark skin. She wasn't good for the cause, so they needed a image to do this thing. And I think that I'm bringing up Nicki because don't nobody protect Nicki when she coming and she fighting, for rights and fighting for people. She's good. She's strong. You know what I'm saying? And so people are saying, of course, we're still going to speak up for Black women. Of course, we still going to advocate for them. Of course, we still going to pray for them. But I feel like when we say this, protect Black women and stand up for Black women, make sure it's everybody and not who you deem to be worthy of protection. You get what I'm saying? Because they'll tell another woman, oh, she good, she's strong, she got it. She just look like she got it. Sis don't really got it. She do need help. So that is one thing I really noticed. Tim making his debut. Say hi, Tim. He loved the computer, y'all.
Hey, Tim. Look at
But I just really, I just feel like, and you know, I'm a joker, y'all. I keep up. I am a lawyer-minded person. I have a Libra, and I have a moon in Libra, so I look at everything lawyer type minded. And I just have to say this is a mess. And I do think Carlee will be punished. By the look of the press conference and the way the head dude looked, they will be trying to find a way to charge her, whether if it's, you know, the first initial crime she committed, which was making a false call. That's allowed to be chargeable. Um, uh, Lying to police is another charge.
A false police report.
False police report. So I do think yes, it's Tim girl. You know he had to come in here. But yeah, so I think this also goes into another subject, y'all, that I see a lot. You know, we talk about the man versus woman discussions all the time. And you know, men are always saying women aren't held accountable. You get what I'm saying? And the first thing that came to me out of my emotions was they better book her, fingerprint her, and mugshot her. I'm not saying Carlee gotta go to jail. I'm just saying she needs to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like it's still lifetime worthy. You get what I'm saying? It's still a good movie script, you know, because it's a lot of stuff I think that could touch on why Carlee character was created like that anyway. Let's see. Yeah, she needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Even like I said, if it's just, you know, community service or, you know, light probation, court probation or something. But if they don't hold her accountable, it will just create a mess, you know. And even if it's, you know, holding her accountable by making sure she goes to therapy a certain amount of times, you know, because not to make it a black and white thing, y'all, but there is a story of a white woman a few years ago who was kidnapped the day before her wedding. And they didn't believe she was kidnapped, and they kept calling her like the runaway bride. And that's what the headlines went with. They even went, so she finally was returned. And they didn't believe her story, although she was adamant, matter of fact, and had no reason to make up these things. She loved her husband, you know, her boyfriend. They did end up getting married. But 2 or 3 years later, the same man that kidnapped her kidnapped someone else. And this person got away and was able to show them where he was at. When they went to the man's home and they executed the search warrant, they found all of their first initials girl information. So for 2 or 3 years, the police were hounding her, threatening to charge her as a crime, only for it to be found out that she was telling the truth. And she ended up suing the police department and got a really good, you know, paycheck because she was telling the truth. You get what I'm saying? And then, you know, Nancy Grace and all of these popular law commentators were calling her a liar, calling her a runaway bride. So white people do it too, y'all. It ain't just black people. When the white girl was returned, the white people turned on her quick. And she literally spent 2-3 years fighting with the police department. And again, hers is about, you know, the Runaway Bride movie. I can't think of what that one is, where the girl runs away before she gets married, you know. So I just wanted to bring the balance of that. I think that as humans, we have a mind, and that's what makes us so celestial, powerful, spiritual, godly, and above other species, because we do have a brain to think. You get what I'm saying? We do have a mind to question things. Other species can't really question things. They don't have the vocabulary. So
I heard too. Tim did that.
Tim did that. I know you did that.
I heard a story too. It was about a
Bob Marley wife.
yeah, but I heard a story too about a white lady too. She went missing for a month. You know, they was looking for her. Come to find out, she wasn't missing. She was with her side piece the whole the whole time too. But she didn't go to jail or nothing for it. So
A whole month.
yeah, a whole month. A whole month.
It's just hard to take people serious these days.
Yeah, exactly.
And
because you're messing it up for everybody who's actually, you know, being missing or kidnapping, coming back, you know. So yeah, it's just hard.
Y'all know I got a good video I want to play. Shout out to my online stand brother Tim. You gotta leave my stuff alone. My stand brother Ray Monte. He is so funny and he is such a beautiful soul. He always is standing up for everybody, and he is always, you know, on the right side of things. But I think he worded this situation really good, so I'm going to get it set up so y'all can hear it. It's just a minute long. It's just a little TikTok video. So I'm gonna get this one ready. Because Ray Monte did kind of express it in a sense that I feel like what all of us feel. So I'm gonna add this to the screen, guys, and play Ray Monte. Shout out Ray Monte again. If y'all probably have seen him online. But I really think he touched on it kind of, you know, from his point of view. So we're gonna let him talk right fast.
Carlee Russell. So this message is just for you. You're messy. You're Benedict Arnold. You like controversy. You like all of that because you knew I tried to make the world go into uproars so that boy can get your attention. And he still didn't come back to your ass. Then your messy ass mama goes onto the news station with her messy old ass lying because she knew what was going on. All of y'all are fucked up. Y'all got me pissed off because y'all know there's people like me that get emotionally invested into this. It's people like me that get emotionally invested into these type of situations, and we pray, and I prayed for you. I'm pissed.
I love that he went in on that mama. Y'all, Ray Monte is absolutely hilarious, but not only is he hilarious, he's not your typical gay guy. You know what I'm saying? He is men's lover and a woman's protector. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, everybody from all walks of life were hoping for the best outcome. And yes, the best outcome is that she is alive. The best outcome is, yes, she is home. But the resources, the time, the energy, the emotions of it all, the triggering of it all, I think warrants accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're always saying women don't take accountability. I really hope that she's held for her take accountability for this situation, because I, as a lawyer minded person, got 4 charges I could charge her with right now. You hear me? I got charges I can charge my girl with right now.
Sis was racking up charges before she started, though. Before she even pulled over on the side of the road, she was racking up charges because remember, she stole from her job.
Yep.
First charge.
And she was working at the spa.
So second charge, yeah, that's the first charge.
I mean, we started charges from there, like before she even did this dumb shit. Before she even
second charge, making a false police report. Third charge, leaving the scene of a crime. You know, it's a lot of stuff they can pull out.
No crime. Also, I feel like too, she should be charged. I mean, that'd be a stretch, but you never know. Because she was pointing out, I don't know, but no, nobody really heard about the white man with the bald spot in the back until she got back, right?
He a redhead with a bald spot, had her blindfolded in an 18-wheeler.
I'm like, hey, if I was a truck driver with red hair and the bald spot, I'd be like, you know what? You caused mental duress for me because I was afraid people was gonna come looking for me.
Right. And still at the fact that she's still going with the lie. You know
because
what I'm saying?
You're right. Because same way a white woman that say, oh, it was a black person that did it. And then now everybody's getting, you know, they put up every black guy with a t-shirt on, you know? So you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But even my conspiracy theorist side was like, well, maybe this is one of those things. They say we never look for black women, and here we go. They look for a black woman, and then here we get. But then I'm like, no, sis just was wrong. And there's just no other way around it. She was wrong.
No,
and she didn't think it out. But not everybody watch true crime all day like me on YouTube.
Right.
And I was like, Google, girl, that's amateur.
Okay, that's what I said too. No, I'm over here telling my husband. I said, she don't watch enough crime shows because she made a bunch of mistakes.
You said it was a white child on the side of the road. You should have said it was a black child or something because
girl, no. When she was describing the baby, he had a white t-shirt and I think a diaper on. Someone said, boss baby. Is that who you described?
I seen somebody say it was little man.
I seen that. You look little man. Yes, you know you tagged me in that one. And I said, like I said, it was like Peyton was thinking they was using a little person as a decoy to sex traffic her, so to say. So that's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. I feel like we have not heard the worst. And I think something you touched on about how her parents' page is open and them liking the attention. This might get them a check to tell their story. You get what I'm saying? Because they're not telling their story. You know, they might be waiting for an exclusive with somebody to tell their version of the story. Right. You know, they might be wanting money from this. If they, Lifetime could buy these rights to the story.
We so mad that ain't nobody, they got who they selling that to. Nobody want to hear nothing they got to say.
We don't.
We don't care nothing about what they all lie. And I feel like I always say when it's an issue in the household and there's a man in the household, I always blame the man.
He been letting that mama and that daughter.
Yep, he been letting them run amok all this time. That's what he is.
And as a man, while him and his wife are doing these things, as a man, he feel accountable. He's looking at his mind of where he went wrong. He looking at his mind of, we should have did this then. We should have did that then. You didn't let me do it. You talked me out of this because that's our daughter. So Carlee girl is all we gonna keep saying. Again, don't tell anybody ever. The worst thing a person can ever do to someone is tell them how to feel. You get what I'm saying? That is a form of gaslighting. I know we love these new key words. People are allowed to feel how they feel, and you can't tell them how not to feel. So if some people are saying, I saw Tamika, I don't know her exact last name, but she does a lot for women empowerment, and they were saying, yes, we all did the right thing. Everybody did the right thing by caring. Everybody did the right thing by praying. We all did the right thing in the moment of what we felt we should do.
Yeah, we did. Everybody did. And I want people to not lose sight of that either. Like everybody wanted to do what they thought was right in the time because it was right. We found that it was somebody there was somebody else, not because she was another Black woman, not only because she was another Black woman, but because this is another person that is abducted. You know,
another one with all the high abductions this year we already have seen.
Yeah, so we can all, you know what I'm saying? We've all, you know, we can all relate to that. So we all our heart poured out for her for that. So that's something I feel like I don't want people to feel as though, oh, now I ain't gonna pray for the next person. No, that ain't even how prayer work anyway. You pray for her.
We still gonna pray.
Yeah, because you pray for her safe return, and she came home safe. She came home alive. She came home with her, well, what was left of her mind intact. Now the details of that could go, you know, that could go different ways. But what we asked for, we got. As people that, and then we know from and being people that pray, we know when we pray for things, they don't always get our prayers are not always answered in the way that we want them answered.
Right. Yep.
So it's like, let's not forget that.
Yeah, definitely. We gonna always pray, you know, for any missing child or woman or man. You know what I'm saying? It's many people. I can't remember the exact county, but there has been a lot of abductions and no trails and no of nothing. A lot of kids have been getting abducted this year. And you know, they're just disappearing. There's no trace. And when I mean no trace, it's not even a femur bone, a hair strand. They are completely erasing and, you know, doing that. So I'm gonna get into the Venus retrograde. I do believe we will have another Mercury retrograde coming up, and then we'll get into prayer request. So the Venus retrograde officially is beginning. It goes exactly into retrograde on the 22nd. Now this Venus will be in Leo. You know what I'm saying? So this go back. Carlee got a Venus in Leo. You get what I'm saying? So this situation will really hit her hard. But all of us with Venus in retrograde, it's gonna affect everybody in different ways. Of course, it's those niche comments about your ex-lovers coming back and things coming back. But guys, as us, you know, in here and stuff like that, my word of wisdom is to use this Venus retrograde for the law of attraction, for putting out into the universe what you truly want, and ignoring, dismissing, blocking, and removing what you don't want. So if Venus is right now at a place where she's listening, so make sure that our attention and our energy is being focused in what we do really want. Whether if you say you want a nice man, you don't need to be giving attention to a not nice man. If you say you want a tall man, you're going to have to ignore all short men. You know, so whatever your desires, whether it's business, finances, beauty, achievements, I want y'all to make sure this, you know, to use this season to give attention to what you truly want and try your best to dismiss, remove, and ignore things that you really don't want. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, we're just communicating with Venus. She's coming down to do a checklist, you know, like, oh, you said you wanted a type of man, but you keep paying attention to this type of man. So this is a good time to get back in balance with Venus, letting her know, you know, the things that you truly desire. If you do have an ex come back, that just means y'all didn't close properly. Y'all didn't end properly. It wasn't closure. So if the ex comes back, you know, maybe you need to get out the words that you didn't get out. I feel like a lot of us don't actually do proper endings. We just hang up and move on. So sometimes we might be able to better explain, hey, it didn't work because of X, Y, and Z. Thank you for calling back, but I have no interest in trying again. So just make sure that we're using this in a powerful way. The best way to use it is for the law of attraction. E = MC². Energy goes where attention flows. and that. And then we're gonna have. Let me get on Mercury.
My Venus is in Leo.
Yes. You like
Yeah.
attention?
Yes, I love me some attention. No.
Yes. So the retrograde Venus will be in retrograde until September, but we'll also have a Mercury retrograde, which will be in Virgo. Um, and that will be coming up in the end of August. I'll make sure we can and I'll share that info too to keep us updated. But I would love everybody. Tomorrow is Friday. It's the day before this Venus retrograde. I really want a good suggestion for me would be for you to truly write down your list of what you want in a person, a list of what type of goals you're trying to attract. Venus is not just about physical love with another person, it's about our passion. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a business or you're starting a business, don't think that the Venus retrograde is some warning sign. It's a go sign. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a business, use this retrograde to tighten up your stuff, to make sure that it's packaged well, to make sure that it's presented well. Being that Leo does love dramatics. If you maybe add a little, as far as Sophia, I would recommend, sis, to you, for you having a Leo in Venus, to add gold in your packaging. And I think I might have told you this before.
Gold, okay.
You should maybe do like gold wrapping or some type of gold sticker or something, gold trim around something. But that would really definitely be an additional boost. Leos, the Venus gonna be conjuncting with y'all sun coming up. So this is a good time for y'all. Make sure that y'all are being clear. Y'all should be receiving some blessings with this transit. Sophia, you have a Venus and Leo. You should probably be receiving some form of blessings, even though we're in the retrograde.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
You said just did what her, not your girl. Listen, if he can come with the right carrots, Naomi, she said, just did with her ex-husband, and that he asked her to marry him again. Girl, I try not to put my things out there, but Leo retrograde have definitely brought back some people that I truly really do love. So I'm gonna have to deal with that in my own way. So I want to start with the prayer request. Of course, we all know Mama Tammy and Brother James are finishing up. So she let me know today that they are running the electrical lines in the bus. That's
Yay!
She will be editing her YouTube things and getting that out there. And she said they are leaving September 19th.
Where are they going? Where's their first stop?
I don't know for sure yet, y'all, but these are
I'm so invested in this. So that's
right. Yes, she is. Like I said, the two Okies on Instagram. And I ask her YouTube, and I'll make sure maybe help her get a blog started so she can at least keep up and let us know what adventures they're taking. But
we might need to invite her to the show one day and let her talk about it.
Right, show us around the bus. But it's a great time for them. These people have done a lot of spiritual work, a lot of physical work. They've completely gone vegan over the past 2 years. They've lost tons of weight, got off a lot of medicine, and they are leaving from, these are people older than us, right? Tammy could be our mother, our grandma, to be honest, or our mother's sister, you right? So she is of that age. And that's a big change for her because they're raised to have this home and this home of stature. So I'm really proud of Mama Tammy and brother James for transitioning from the things they thought was normal, from breaking free. I'm definitely excited about them traveling and get to know, and I'm gonna talk to her, and hopefully she'll start going live more and showing us around. I think that would be good.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes.
And remember, there was even time they've been coming calling in, or at least I've been visiting enough to where I remember where she was wanting to push it back. There had been so many different things they had going on. So just to even hear that it was September made my whole heart smile. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Like, yeah, she's still she's still doing it. Yeah. So she also Miss Mimi, she is on here as Blue Rain in the comments, guys. She's asking for prayers for her mom's health. If you guys remember, her mom has been having some health problems. I believe she told me it was cancer, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but her mom has been going through a lot of health problems. Sister Mimi is a Sagittarius, so I know that her mom is very important to her. And so I definitely want to send prayers to her mom for her health. I pray that she's protected and guided. I pray that her medical staff is compassionate and loving. I also pray that she herself is positive in her thinking so she can get through this. So I definitely want to send a lot of love to Mimi's mom. We love her. We love you. And we thank you for always supporting us.
Yes, Ashe. Yes, Mimi, I want to send a prayer out to your mom too for protection, love, and that guidance. I also want to pray that she have a great medical staff that shows the compassion, that shows the protection that she needs, that shows her how much they care for her, how much they're taking good care of her. So, Mimi, I really do pray for your mom for her health and her well-being. So, Ashe.
Ashe.
Mimi, along with your mother, along as she journeys into her healing journey, I pray that for all of her doctors. But I also want to send up a special prayer for you as her daughter. We know as it is with the relationships with mothers and daughters, how we love our mothers, and I can feel your love the way that you sent it with your prayer. So my prayer is for you to continue to stay grounded, stay rooted, to continue to just be able to stand on the love that you have for your mom. And not allow it to weigh you down. Allow it to that you are going to be free because she is going to be healed. Ashe.
Ashe.
Okay, so our next thing is Sister Mimi. I don't know her exact job, and I don't want to, say it even if I did, but she does work for a company that has a union. And as we all know in this world, amen to that. So she's asking for prayers for her job. She's having some issue with her supervisor, and she is praying that the union will assist her and transfer her to something different. And with this, I want to confirm, because right now in history, unions are not backing down and they not taking no for an answer. The railroad union, y'all folded, but y'all will be back on strike but y'all folded. Sorry, y'all know I don't forget nothing. Y'all know I don't forget nothing. The railroad folks folded, but I really feel like in Mimi's situation, I am so thankful that she does belong to a company with a union. And I do feel like the union, like I said, this is a confirmation. I am confirming that they will assist her and that they will, give you what you do. You pay them every check. So, they have their job to do. So I'm thankful that you have a union. I'm also thankful that you have this amazing job. And a lot of people, what they don't understand is with these supervisors and people, y'all be messing up people's lives in their days just because y'all have power struggles or y'all feel this power that y'all have over people. So we want to we want to repel that supervisor. We know she don't belong to the union. We know she belongs to HR. So, I hope that she realizes with this situation, you cannot treat people any kind of way. And I am confirming that you will be moving to a new place, to a new position or workplace.
Ashe,
Um,
Ashe. Yes.
Ashe.
I do. I pray too, Mimi, for your job. I pray that your supervisor and HR and them. I mean, like she said, I get it. I know how they are, but I do pray they have some type of compassion. I really hope they can get that compassion for y'all, and I do pray that you do get moved to that new position and transition into that new position that you are wanting, and that you are, would do the position that you do deserve. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. I want to send a special prayer up, not only just for your job, but also just for your peace and sense of well being. Know that what we are taking care of, but it's not necessarily from our jobs, but it's because of who we are in God. So I pray that we that you go into that meeting knowing either everything is to work out for your benefit, as well as to go ahead and to clear the way to allow you to be able to work in a position and a place that allows you peace and comfort to allow you to enjoy what it is that you do. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. I want to give a special prayer out to my goddaughter, Michaela. Remember last week or the week before we discussed about her epilepsy coming back. And she did do a sleep study, and they did find, their what they were looking for, and they were getting her on the right medication. So I definitely want to pray that, because she's now a teenager, not just the little, baby from before. So I do pray that this medicine assist her. Also pray for her safety, because having epilepsy, we don't always know what trigger it. So I do pray for my god baby to be safe. I know school is starting and things like that, and I pray that this medicine really helps her and keeps her protected, because I would hate, for anybody to have any of those things and then be at school or then be out in the public where your mama not there and you gotta wait for your parents to rush to get there. So I definitely
Hmm.
want to send a major shout out to my god baby, to all my goddaughters and nieces. I really am so proud of you guys. Sister Shring, y'all know we talked about her. Shring, I'll be sending you
Hmm.
stuff this weekend. So I definitely want to, pray for our young priestesses.
Yes, I like to pray, like as Christina said, like for praying for our young priestesses, for our young ones. Know that the mantle is not light, and it comes with it doesn't come as a small price. So I just pray peace, love, comfort, understanding that surpasses everything they ever understood. I pray for spiritual sensitivity, as well as an open mind to hear and eyes to see all that is being shown right before them. Ashe.
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 Shring, y'all see this is my little sister Shring. She's in the building. Shring, I'm always thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers. I'm so proud of you, and I want you to continue doing your thing, girl, and sticking to your plan. Like we said, Shring know her plan and she going at it. Some people be lost. Some people know what they supposed to do. So Shring, we definitely are proud of you for the steps that you've made in your just in the past couple weeks. I'm really proud of you, and I'll definitely be texting you this week. Some name Shirley. We are a liar and a fraud. Thank you, Shirley.
Hey Shirley, I get called Shirley all the time. So hey girl, hey.
Yes, girl. One thing that is so funny, y'all. I have been being stalked by somebody, y'all. They've been playing on my phone, saying all this stuff. Yes, and it's just so funny because what people don't understand about energy is whether it's love or hate is still given to me. You see what I'm saying? You're still speaking of me. You're still adding power to my name. The mere fact that you say I'm a liar and all of this, Shirley.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So I'm gonna pray for Shirley.
Okay.
We'll pray for Shirley. But one thing I have learned when I stepped out, standing on your square, I've made a lot of friends in the past 10 years, y'all, but I made a lot of enemies too. So I ain't even mad about it. You get what I'm saying? I ain't even mad about it because everything balances out.
Y'all need to be like everybody.
Yeah, it balances out because the love and the text and things that people tell me about, things that I assisted and helped them with, it overshadows people who try to make you feel like you're wrong or you don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing because God led me to do what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I have never lied as far as, and I'm such a person who would say if I said something wrong, my favorite thing is I love criticism. So please tell me if I'm messed up. I have no issue from friends telling me, hey, you did this and made me feel this way. I know, okay, I need to do better as a person. So in this game, haters come, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, that's what it is. Thank you, Kanisha. Get their ass in there. Let them know we really
Please read that last comment.
Yeah.
Right here. Read that.
I'm bringing it. Sis said the toddler was driving on 18-wheeler on the other side of the freeway and needed a jump start and a bag of cheeses to act back to get back to the truck and listen. We are tickled. I know we laughing, y'all. I told y'all my son said it was a little person decoy. You know what I'm saying? This is so true. Leo, Keisha, you know they going in a jar. You already know.
I can't even. We can't. Why you can't even get You can't even get heckled right in the comments. We laughing and listen.
Especially when you know who you are and what you've done, and you know what I'm saying. And I say I know who I am over anybody. So lying and fraud just don't work with me because if that was the case, I would be scamming the shit out of y'all. I would be
life wouldn't be free.
You get what I'm saying? I'll be selling snake oil, but it is what it is. Thank y'all all who do support me, who always showing me love, who always are, uplifting us, being here to support us. People who text me positive words. I'm thankful that for all the people that do allow me into their life and to know them. So I'm very grateful because gratitude is the attitude. If you're not grateful, less things come. So gratitude is the theme for us for this week. Is gratitude is the attitude. That's a state of being. So I want to thank Shirley because maybe last year I would have cussed you out. But I'm gonna let you today, Shirley. But we already screenshotted you, and you will be going into a jar. You guys have any prayer requests that you guys have? Anything for you guys? Sheila, I know without going into the details, I'm really proud that and thankful that you guys are protected by God and by the God and universe and love that you serve. You know what I'm saying? I'm really thankful that everything's safe with you. Sophia, you look so beautiful. I absolutely
thank you.
braids.
Okay, with the
Thank you
braids.
for braids. Sophia
Girl.
has chakra class next Wednesday, and then we will be compiling it all together for you guys to get it from her in PDF format. We'll put in a video form and combined all the videos. You know what I'm saying? So I really thank y'all for being supportive of that. I really love the way Sophia, you put things into so simple and useful and easy for people to get. Let me see what this says. You said
Thank you.
it was the cheeses for me, y'all, because
I like cheeses.
I like cheeses too.
Like
all of them. But
I
I
like
cheeses.
but if you're gonna get up there to be gone for a little bit, I mean,
I was just about to say
great.
they gonna come off the shelf now. Everybody gonna be buying some cheeses.
I mean, that is a great
listen,
snack
they
to take.
already
You're
already
gonna stay away
making VIMs and videos with cheeses. Yeah.
can't look at cheese the same no more.
Okay, I'm still
You
getting
don't
some
ruin cheese.
cheeses.
You ruined
Listen. Do you guys have any events? Congratulations to Sheila. She officially opened her tea shop. Please share with us about that, sis.
Oh yeah, I did see that on social media. Yeah, congratulations.
I haven't officially opened. I have stuff in there, which I'm still. That's what I'm doing now. I'm like preparing my inventory, so I'm really excited about that. With everything that did take place, it did push it back. So I had to do the home repairs and in my car, so I had to reschedule it. But I'm very excited about it because I really feel like, once I first came into business, I was trying to do teas and have this and have that, and really trying to mass produce and impress, and please everybody. Now, once you get a little experience and a little bit, I'm like, no, I'm over here. I'm making 4 or 5 of this, 5 of, and I'm getting ready. I'm able to do what makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What so
Yes.
I'm looking forward to just doing it as your Maya's gift may have been looked at as teas, but when you go in, you're really gonna find all the shit I like, everything that I like.
Yeah.
So be it spiritual, be it, teas, herbs, it's gonna all be based in that. So I'm really excited.
Yes, sis, I really am excited about it. I think you should get like teacups from the thrift store to have that little feel. I feel like tea, little tea parties is when
Yeah,
women
like a
came.
little high tea or something, little tea parties and stuff. Yeah.
Tarot, gonna have what all are you gonna have?
So, okay, remember you told me about you mentioned it, you said tea and tarot. So I planned one, and then come to find out it's a long running tea and tarot that's been here for over 15 years. That
I'm gonna be honest, there's tea and tarot everywhere.
No, I'm saying, but just because I did it, I actually was able to get a really good network and connection with people who are really into those things. So I was really surprised. And it actually took me to a Universalist Unitarian church because of the tea and tarot, which I've never been to, never heard of, and got to go there, and it was a really great experience. And it was because of the tea and tarot. You said it, and I know if I would have worded it differently than what you said, then I would have never met those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you say little stuff. Like you
love that, and for you.
Because even with you as a friend, like we could talk. We were talking. I was taking notes. You know what I mean? You told me to put checkerboard rug. I have a checkerboard rug down, so I get, even though I haven't opened, when I'm not there, people are still calling because they still walking in, and I'm like, it's that checkerboard carpet that I put in there.
It sure is. They want to know, when is that opening?
Yeah.
Tarot is such something that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years of what women did. Back in the day when tarot was banned, that's when those people were just playing with playing cards. And we was thinking, they was going to go have tea and card playing, but they knew that the power of those cards. So it is a something that goes together. Tea and taro go together. You know what I'm saying? Like peanut butter and
I love me some tea.
Yes.
Thank you, Naomi. Thank you. Girl, look, I had to do my hair.
Yes.
They nice.
Thank you. I had to. Plus, we're out here in Texas. Okay, it is hot. It is hot.
Yes, this first comment is so funny, y'all. Let me
I know.
show it.
I saw that too.
I know I'm looking real dumb reading this comment.
He said, thinking of starting a diaper business called Carlee's Diaper. Please offer me and support me by buy a bicycle and cheeses for my 3-year-old so he can go play by the highway at night. That's the new scam. And I really, my mother has worked for CPS for the past 10 years. And that was the first thing, y'all, that bothered me the most. I was like, it's a baby somewhere, it's a child somewhere, being used. Naomi, thank you so much. Let me see. She says farmer market this weekend. Oh yes, farmers market. Are you going to be selling anything there, or are you just going there? Present the farmers market, you kind of go and you can present your own stuff.
Yeah, you can. Of course, local farmers bring their fruits and vegetables, or like their jelly, jams, preserves there. And then you have local people making like their soaps, candles, whatever, mainly home people that do homemade stuff.
Yeah, so
I love me a farmers market, especially that Dallas one. I like going to the Dallas farmers market.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I will never be able to look at cheeses the same. I'm just not, and I love them. She said she said she
40, and we got like we walking in the grocery like, remember that time that girl back in 2020.
Just a lot.
She's just gonna be shopping and see how I can fit into something. Yeah.
Yes, please do. Sophia, do you join any farmers market? Because I know they kind of
I have not, and the reason why I have not yet, I do, don't get me wrong, I do want to do farmers market. I just sometimes I forget about the farmers market, and plus being outside in this heat. We're in Texas, so I can't have my candles out in the heat because they will melt. So I have to also look at the weather too, because sometimes they might close when it's a perfect time for me to be outside,
Right.
They might not have they might not be open. So,
right. I understand.
So it's like I have to kind of look and research and see, like, okay, well, I know people say, oh, do ice packs, fans. Yeah, I tried that one time. It didn't work. Okay. It didn't work for me. I had to like switch out the candles, put them on ice. I had products melting. I even had a tent. Yeah, it didn't work. So I told myself I don't do outside events. I'm sorry, I just can't do them.
Yeah,
unless the weather is good and cool and stuff. I don't mind sitting outside. I can do that. But yeah, not now. I don't want to do it when it's too cold. But I'll do like a 60. Sometimes I might can do a 50. Yeah, 55 or 56 or something like that. But
Sophia is having a free ship sale, guys, till the end of July. You just use code free ship. If you guys forget or whatever, just link. I know in some of the videos we shared it, and her website is under her name. So she is having free shipping for her candles. Sophia been working on candles for a while. I've been there since the beginning, and she have got her candles together. And y'all know I'm a Virgo. We ain't gonna say nothing good unless something's good.
So, exactly. And I'm still working. Like I'm still coming up with ideas. Ideas run through my head all the time. So I'm still coming up with stuff. Like right now, I'm working
Yeah.
on my self-love candle, and of course, I'm still working on it because I'm just trying to get that right scent to,
Right.
Yeah.
Because
So.
candle is, you gotta know your burn time. You gotta
Mhm.
whatever the hot throw and all of that.
It is
I couldn't
science. It's
do
really science. It's
And,
it.
it's measurements, it's temperature, degrees, all that. You gotta. It's yeah.
and when you get a good one, I gotta get one of your candles. I have a friend of mine. She
Yeah,
used to
her
do
candles
candles.
are really good, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They last a long. It's a long, smooth burn.
It's
They burn
coconut.
for a long.
It's a coconut wax. So
Mhm.
my chakra candles are soy wax, but the big large candles, those are coconut wax. So of course they burn slower, and it's a cleaner burn. So it's real slow. So you get your money's worth on that candle because it lasts a long time.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I comment the website just in case.
Yes. And in Texas, we're under a heat advisory and we're literally told to stay in the house. Like for
Yeah.
real. Hot outside. I went out there today and it was just ridiculous. Um and in Texas, the hottest day of the year is August 15th, and we are July.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to go ahead and send love and gratitude to everybody who's coming in. I think tomorrow will be a great day for you guys to start any Venus magic or any type of rituals y'all want to do with bringing in that Venus retrograde. Again, it's going to last, I believe, until the first week of September. So best of luck. I am going to love to be the observer and hear what everybody has going on. um is there anything else you guys want to say before we end?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good, girl. Trying to stay cool in this Texas heat.
Yes. If anybody ever wants to get a reading on my website and you need a code or a code for the store, just let me know. So I have codes and stuff like that. And just inbox and let me know.
I'm
We are
definitely gonna
going
get
to
my birthday reading from you. So
Oh yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
those
I
are good
love
ones,
birthday.
y'all. I love the birthday readings because she maps out like your whole year all the way to your next birthday. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely get that.
Can't wait to your next birthday.
Yeah, get them birthday readings.
Keep you in line for the year to know what's coming. Yes,
Yes.
my birthday is coming up this next year. I'll be moving into a new energy and I'm just getting ready for it. I know it's gonna be beautiful and loving what's to come. So I'm just spending our last 2 months in this energy of gratitude and believing and faith. Always keep y'all faith no matter what you find, that not what the knowledge please keep your faith in yourself. Please keep faith in the goodness of humanity, as hard as it is, and make sure that we are always being a positive influence in the people that we meet life. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you're meeting or what they're going through. Just make sure it's with love. So we
Yeah.
thank you all for coming. We'll be back next Wednesday. And I want to start doing some more readings and stuff, y'all. So maybe we'll find a day where we can just do readings. But I would love to do readings and stuff online.
There is a question. What is a good chakra to keep thinking positive? Ooh, well,
I would actually say it's the solar plex.
I was just about to say that the solar plexus. Yeah, the solar plexus
Really,
is a good one.
I would think that it would be the root, the
The
sacral.
sacral is also. I was just about to say either the
Yeah,
sacral or
that
the
too.
solar. Yeah, because of course the creativity and that brings positive energy, and the
And your
solar
safety.
plexus is more like confidence. So it is positivity for your confidence and everything.
Right.
So
And it's ruled by the sun, but definitely because the sacral chakra is where we have our regrets and shoulda, coulda,
mhm.
wouldas. you know But for positivity, color yellow, gold. Incorporate
Mhm.
sunflowers in your home. Bring positive sunflowers, white flowers, things like that. Gold, things yellow. Wear more positivity things. You definitely, yeah. I would
Yeah.
definitely say to
Citrus
say,
scents.
huh?
Yes.
I said citrus scents. Like those,
Citrus, yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
like those nice,
And
those for that
definitely.
and like
orange.
yellow
That,
fruits and vegetables
yeah,
too.
like that. It's a mood booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a
So
good one.
yes, thank you all for coming. We will see you guys next week.
Bye. See y'all
Bye.
next
Bye.
week.